So what's up, everybody? We are back. I am on my phone, so I can't see the chat. Is anybody in chat? Yep, some people are
We have
popping
some
in.
people. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Zelda Zulu and Urich and Guy.
Okay. Thank you, 5 or 4, for coming back in. Hopefully, everybody else will make their way back.
Success. Yeah.
Success.
No.
Um, I don't know.
I thought I was still gonna have the carrot in my mouth when we started, and I was gonna go, "What's up, Doc?"
Oh, that would have been really good. That would have been really good.
Okay, so Sturge, how are you doing today? Oh shit.
As good as I can be. I'm going into 12
Right.
weeks on my ankle, so I mean,
Yeah.
Wait, what? I know. I remember you fractured or injured your ankle. I remember that. What's going on now?
Well, I haven't been able to walk without crutches still.
Wow. How long has it been?
Tomorrow will be 12 weeks.
12 weeks on crutches. Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. That's upper arm irritation and everything,
Yeah,
right?
Well, it would be if I was on my crutches every day, but Mike's been helping me with stuff, and I haven't been going out of the RV every day. So
yeah, that is good. Yeah. Okay. But it still sucks.
Definitely good.
Definitely
it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like sitting in here and just not being able to go outside, especially in this. Well, I mean, the summer is my least favorite season.
Yeah,
at the very least, I do want to be able to explore, the outdoors, like walk when it's
right
a set or something.
Yeah,
right. I am. It's been hot down here, pretty humid. Not so much as hot, but humid. And that is hey, Simile.
I see Luca's in here too.
Hey, Luca, what's up? Simile is a rapper, and as far as I know, he's a rapper. I've listened to some of his stuff. He's got some good music. You can find it on Spotify. Or I'm sure any other streaming platform. I'm not sure. I haven't checked any other platform, but yeah. Yeah. So how are we all doing tonight? Sammy, how are you doing?
I'm okay. It's been sort of Thursdays are my favorite days. So it's Thursday. I'm happy. Always excited. So
right.
Yeah. And I just worked, which I enjoy ultimately.
Yeah.
And then we're doing this, and this is always fabulous. So yeah.
Wait, hold on. The face you were making didn't suggest that you completely are in love with that idea.
Of what? Of working.
Of working. You
got to do what you got to do.
Right. Right.
And so it may not get better on the other side. The grass isn't always greener sometimes, and so you stick with the job because you care about the job, and maybe the people aren't always the best. But in this case, it's the people are fantastic. And the job is just repetitive. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff. It's Thursday. It's my favorite day.
It's Thursday, which means one more day till Friday and the weekend begins.
Right?
Do either of you have weekend plans?
See, that's the reason why I like Thursday. You just broke the rule, OnyxRose.
What was the rule?
Well, it's not the
rule.
No
talking.
No. So the gag or I obviously stole this from someone and I can't remember where, but I modified it a little bit to fit my taste. So the reason Thursday is my favorite day is because Friday in the office you have the pressure of hey, what are you doing this weekend, or do you have plans, or what's and on. Which if you don't have any, if you're like me and the plans are clean the cat box and maybe vacuum if I get lucky, it's kind of but Thursdays have that tangential, it's almost Friday feel without the necessary pressure of the question you just asked.
So I feel like I don't know if I have plans. I don't really have a lot of plans. I plan to chill. Wait, hold on. Do y'all see that? Wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What you're looking at, if you can see it, let me.
Is that a medical marijuana card?
You know it is. Wow. You know it is.
Wow.
I came today at 5 o'clock. So I will be going shopping tomorrow.
That's pretty
which
cool.
is exciting for me.
Yeah. It's not
It will
legal where
be.
you are, is it?
It is not. Well,
Ah,
medicinal,
right.
and
Hence the
I'm
card. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm a
Wow.
medicinal patient. I was, and so I can buy flour. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Can you?
you
So,
know.
I mean, like here it's legal, so I can go down to the corner store and it's like near the liquor store, right? So I get
Right.
whatever, and you can get edibles and you can get flour and you can get
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They
Does
have all of
medicinal
that.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, they have tinctures, edibles, flour, vapes, anything
hmm
you can think of, just about.
hmm
And they don't have like Rick Simpson oil or anything like that, but because
Oh,
it's not like, yeah, it's not like a dispensary in a legal, like
Mm.
recreationally legal.
Oh,
And so they'll have,
here they got like
and there's only a certain,
toasters
yeah,
and
there's only a certain amount I can have, like
yeah.
it's,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's
Okay.
whack. It's like, it's not even, it may be a quarter of an
Mm.
ounce, and that's it,
Okay.
on my person at
Yeah.
one time.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So
a
here
quarter of
there
an
are
ounce. Wow. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
7 grams.
That's
yeah.
it.
That's
Wait,
it that I can have at one time, because like Georgia's fucked, you know, um,
Mm. Mm.
the whole
I just
hillbilly network. So
well, I don't know anything about Georgia. Sturge, where are you?
Atlanta is
I'm in
fun, but
Pennsylvania.
you can take,
Okay.
yeah.
What was that,
It's only
OnyxRose? I'm
medical.
sorry.
It's only medical here. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Atlanta's fun, like, but we can take Atlanta and transplant it somewhere else, and it would be just as fun. Just
Mm.
yank it out of Georgia and slide Georgia down there with Florida, and let's be done with the whole damn thing.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
So.
I remember as a child, I had a poster of Atlanta at just at like sunset with the lights of the cars streaking on the highway and stuff like that. It was the city
Yeah,
skyline, and I didn't know
it's beautiful.
forever. It is. I didn't know forever where it was. The photo was taken from, and it was just a poster I had until someone who was from
Right.
Atlanta said, "Oh, you've got a poster of Atlanta," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
Nice.
it's grown by leaps and bounds. Of course, when I
hmm
moved here in
hmm
1987, there
Yeah.
was nothing. Like, it is so much different than it was like in the 90s, in the
Wow.
2000s. It's just
Okay.
completely different.
Yeah.
It's exploded there, and instead of building more, they're knocking down stuff, but they're building up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was used to
space.
that
Oh,
with Chicago. So yeah.
yeah.
Canyons. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you live in Chicago, Samantha?
Uh 27, 25 years, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I only
Yeah.
lived in Chicago for a couple of years. I was in Albany Park.
Albany Park. Okay. What years
Mhm.
were you there?
2016 to 2018.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have been in that time. I would have been in Lombard or possibly New Buffalo. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
But I work downtown. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So before that, obviously, I'm from California originally. I'm from Northern
Okay.
California,
Neat.
Cali.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
hmm And I was there from the time I was born until 2016, and that's when I was forced to move out of the state for the first
Mm-hmm.
time. I haven't
Oh.
been back to California since, not even to visit my mom, and she's
What do you mean
78.
forced? I don't mean to interrupt, but what
Well,
do you mean forced, honey?
my job
Oh, okay.
left.
Okay, so
I
you
was a
didn't leave for
Verizon.
choice. You
Yeah.
didn't leave for you were like the law wasn't chasing after you. It was because you had a job.
No.
you had to
I
go
wasn't.
to.
I wasn't run out of California. No, but
No, I
um,
it was a cool story if it was though.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a Verizon billing supervisor. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
then they transferred me from Rancho Cordova, California, which was one of the call centers at the time.
Mhm.
That closed down, and then I went to Rolling Meadows, Illinois, where that.
Yes,
where that
I know
is.
where that is. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's corporate kind of landscape and everything, huh? You were by the mall? Were you by the mall?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How about that glass building, the green glass building?
I'm trying to think of which building you're talking about. The one right off of 90.
Yeah, right across from the mall.
Hold on. Oh yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty
okay.
close to there.
Yeah. I used to get that's if I remember it, wait, Rolling Meadows. Now I'm confusing things, and I'm sorry. Rolling Meadows is downtown, or well, at least it's in the city, right? Shoot,
No,
there were so
Rolling
many
Meadows
different
is a suburb.
towns.
Northwest suburb.
Northwest. Okay, so I'm trying to think of courthouses now.
Arlington Heights.
Yeah. Racetrack.
Yeah.
Cool place. Horrible drive in the morning. Yeah, it's all coming together. I swear to God, I used my GPS the whole time. I mean, I remember when I first moved to Chicago and I had to go.
Hey, Miss Hughes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, she was saying hi to Miss Hughes.
Oh, I was saying hey to Miss Hughes. Miss Hughes is in here. Yeah.
Everything kind of broke up there at the same time, and I didn't know. When I first moved to Chicago, I was terrified of the roadway. So the train system worked well because you could kind of like, put the map in your pocket, right? But then the highways, and then I had to drive for my job. So and MapQuest. Oh my God, I remember driving through the city with MapQuest, trying to read the next page as you're, because it was all printed out.
We were like pirates back then. We were just like, go, like I remember getting triptychs from AAA. From triptychs. Like we triptyched from Atlanta to actually Columbus, Georgia, which is down south, 2 hours, all the way up to Montreal.
Wow,
we triptyched
cool
the whole way. Yeah. So we did a big old trip. Yeah, it was. We drove the whole way and back, and it was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
As a Zennial, I barely drove with MapQuest. Like I was of driving age when MapQuest was still around, but by that time, Google Maps and all the other map apps had started coming, becoming more of the standard. So I didn't really get to experience MapQuest.
That was during my raving phase. Like MapQuest was like it was like a beeper, and then it'd be like, put in this address, and so we put in this address, go to that, they'd send us another beep, and we just go to that. We'd end up at a warehouse somewhere in downtown Atlanta. Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go. Good times.
Fun. So what is on the news? I've got some ending up in a warehouse with a bunch of speakers, a bunch of ravers. It was good. It's always good.
No, I'm thinking of the darker turn. I'm taking a darker turn in my mind when you say ending up in a warehouse in downtown Atlanta. I'm like, oh my God. I'm scared.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Was I forced scared? Did somebody take me into a van, like drug me and put me in a van? And
then I woke throw me in a van with a hood over my head and blindfold my eyes. No.
It's an exclusive VIP party. Yeah.
But yeah, so A-Town is bomb. I love Atlanta. The reason I love Atlanta, honestly, is because there's a very good not very good. There's a lot of motherfucking black people here. And everywhere else I go, there are not that many black people. Unless it's in like urban environments. Like, we went to Minneapolis and damn, I don't give a shit. Minneapolis, so Minneapolis downtown, there's a lot of black people apparently. Minneapolis suburbs, not so much. I'm just so used to living around black people. The idea of moving to a place that's like 100% white, or even 95, because that's how it was when we first moved to Atlanta. My school was 99% white. My neighborhood was 99.9% white. We were the only people of color within miles. It was. No.
I think I may have mentioned the story, and this is when I was in Chicago. I had to go to talk to someone who lived in a rather wealthy black suburb of Chicago, mid-south suburb, Olympia Fields, and it had a mall. No, it was in the south, but it was a historic south, black suburb, and they had a mall there, and it was after lunch, time when I finished my interview, and I went to the mall just to go to like the food court, Panda, whatever it was. And I think I was maybe 5 stores into the mall before I had the sudden realization that I was the only white person in the entire mall. And I remember processing that whole kind of, because I had never, I grew up in Hawaii where I was kind of a minority there as being a haole and being white. But it was completely different. It was a whole different realization. And I realized in that moment that's what Black people primarily go to in most suburbs of America every day.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. It was a very interesting experience in that moment.
You know, Egg has actually been on family reunions with me and my extended family. So it's like seriously like 40 extended family members, Black, and one white person, and it's Egg. You know, so Egg now in my immediate family. We have another white person. My sister is dating a guy from he's from Croatia. He's from Serbia, but he is white skin. So my family is now kind of mixed a lot. So it's pretty interesting because sure.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So my question for you is then, how do you feel like when you said he's from Europe, right? Like, was he born in Europe?
Who's this? Yes, he was born in Serbia, Bosnia. I'm sorry, Bosnia.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, do you notice a difference, like, in your family circle when, like, with the like Egg, who was born here versus the guy who's from outside of the United States? Do you notice a difference with the families?
No. Well, I don't know his family. Although what's kind of interesting is he has a sister who is trans. They just they are not on speaking terms, which and he doesn't have a problem with trans people. He is my sister is pan and he is pan. So he doesn't have a problem with trans people. He just has he and his sister just don't talk. No.
Unrelated.
No. Yeah, so it's just interesting that for the longest time, me and Egg were the only interracial couple in my immediate family. And now it's, of course, my sib and her boyfriend. But our extended family, of course, has got, all sorts of skin tones and nationalities and colors, what races, ethnicities, whatever you want to say. We got it all. Yeah. So
I'm the product of an interracial couple, so I mean,
that's true. That's true.
My mom's Asian and my dad's white, so yeah.
Your mom's Filipina?
She's Filipina, yeah.
That's neat. One of my favorite foods is Filipino. Okay.
Oh, what is it? Tell me.
Lumpia.
Oh yeah.
Sturg is like, oh yeah. Okay. So let's go. What do you? So first of all, before we get started, this is good queer news. Okay, this is not good queer news. It's just from the site Good Queer News. On Tuesday, the HHS banned federal funding for gender affirming care for people under 18. Now, the thing about this that's interesting is it's only a rule and not law. So people won't get criminalized or even civil cases. It's just it's just a rule right now. It hasn't been made into a law yet, but it goes into effect. Let's see. It's for anyone under 18 using Medicaid, and for anyone under 19 using CHIP. I don't know what that is. But the rule says the rule has no impact on use of given states allocated Medicaid and CHIP funding. So some families may still be able to receive gender affirming care and HRT. It says it won't stop HRT right away, but it will make it harder to get. Let's see. It says while this is a rule, will make gender affirming care access more difficult. It is not a ban and has no civil or criminal penalties for providers, parents, or patients. So I think this is just the testing the waters to see how far they can get away, or how much they can get away with,
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt, Sturg. Just go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. Go ahead, Samantha.
So it's a federal rule, right? It's different from a law.
Right.
What it's geared towards is it goes coupled with their Medicaid fraud investigation that they're doing too, with regard to certain gender affirming care providers. And what it's the idea of it is that in that they're saying that they're billing incorrectly to get around health insurance requirements. So in order to prescribe,
which they are,
I mean, that's an ethical issue in and of itself, but it isn't, so, and another side of it, what they're saying here is that the federal rules are basically what they use for payment for Medicaid. So they initially went after the entire thing and said, we're going to pull the plug on anyone prescribing, gender affirming care, any hospital, et cetera. And several hospitals caved initially, and that way he did it. But then it came to the realization is the administration actually going to hold grandma off her ventilator, and because they can't pay for it because they have gender affirming care in their hospital, right? And so the rationale became a little clearer, and they've narrowed it significantly. And with the federal rules, basically, is it has a difference of effect, correct? But if that hospital or clinic wants to get paid for federal funded things like Medicaid, Medicare, or CHIPS, they're not going to get it if they're providing care for anyone like us. Now, if states want to step in and provide that additional bonus or extra, they can. That's not prevented.
That's exactly
it isn't federally regulated. The entire thing isn't federally regulated. They haven't regulated gender affirming care. Thank God. But
not yet.
No, I mean, we all know that our erasure is the goal, right?
Right.
And then once they've erased us, they'll move on to the next boogeyman that they can create. We assume it's going to be gay people, or it could be anybody. Who knows? Communists. Who knows?
Communists.
They'll pull something out of the past even further.
Right.
Anyway, but so it's an attack. It's the same kind of prong, and it's an attack, and it's an economic attack, basically saying if your clinic provides this stuff, we're not going to pay you for it. So good luck. And they assume that these surgeries are expensive, and in some cases they are. And so and it comes down to that argument. People are always saying, well, I don't think I should have to pay for gender affirming care. Well, personally, I don't think I should have to pay for Viagra. I don't, I'm not so
right.
I'm not right. I'm not so crass as to say I don't want to pay for elderly care. Right. Anybody over 85, screw it. Cost me health insurance wise. I mean, one could make that argument. I'm not. I love it.
Right.
I'm gonna be anyway. Or pregnancy or any of those kinds of situations. That's the whole idea of the collective bargaining of a health insurance plan, is that you get to present to unite, this group of people who are going to participate. And when you start making moral choices over who should have coverage in this fashion based off of what they're using, it's kind of icky, and it's a slippery slope. And especially when this logic of the slippery slope saying it's because you're trans and whatever doesn't make sense when you accept the fact that we're just people too. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you were able to provide and shed more light upon what is actually going on. So that's perfect. Yeah, thanks.
You can. By the way, you can comment on the federal rules, but you can't. But they will go into effect. There is no we can stop this, but you can certainly comment on those rules, and it would be kind of the regular, the history or whatever. So please.
It's going into effect on the 13th of October. Yeah. So
okay.
It is a sneaky way around it's a sneaky way to not to limit gender affirming care.
And especially targeted at poorer people or people who rely on Medicaid, Medicare, or CHIPS. It's it's not only is it attacking trans youth, trans people, but it's also attacking those who are in a particular class who may have to rely on that for their health care. So
right.
And it's not like we aren't primarily underpaid as a crew.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a pretty effective weapon when you think about it. But
it is.
It's unfortunate that it's based on a misconception about who we are and just a weaponization. So again, I got on my horse again. I'm sorry.
You need to stay on your high horse. We keep it up. We keep it
stay
up
on your high horse and keep preaching.
Let me move that. What's good, Sturg? I hear that you have questions galore or something.
I mean, yeah, sure. I did prepare some questions for today.
We have okay. This is cool. This is gonna be good, OnyxRose. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one's a music question. This one's for Samantha.
Oh wait, I'm playing too.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, let's go.
So,
all right.
If you had to pick one album to play in the background while someone's reading your work, what would you recommend?
Okay. Daydream Nation by Sonic Youth.
Nice. I love that album.
Now, OnyxRose, same question for you.
Protection by Massive Attack.
That
whole album is just bomb.
Yeah, it is a good one. Wow. How about you, Sturg?
What about you, Sturg?
I haven't really thought of it, but now that we're doing this, let me think. I don't know. I gave you two the question. I didn't even think about what I was going to answer. Maybe Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Oh, that's a great record. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's from your writing? That's interesting. Yeah. I'll have to try and keep that in mind when I read you again. That's fantastic.
Nice.
I usually have trip hop or hip hop. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What is the hardest? Okay, so back to Samantha. What is the hardest part about writing for you?
For a while, I was trying to write sort of memoir-ish, philosophy-ish, picking a lane. No, and then I got very argumentative because of what was going on, and I found that I needed to be almost angry to be inspired to write, and I needed to back away from that emotional motivation for a different type of motivation. And I still keep that anger there, but I don't want it to be my prime motivation because I have a feeling it would be very nasty. And I'm not trying to convey it's nasty. So the hardest part for me is I guess the inspiration, research, investigation, being open to new experience that has to happen first to prompt me to that. And it depends on what the interaction is or what the idea is that I find that charms me. I don't really. I'm easily charmed, so I guess I don't really know. But
that makes sense. That made sense to me. When I get to my answer, I'll tell you something that I want to expand on with yours. Go ahead, OnyxRose. The same question for you.
Actually, it's getting started. Like to actually get started writing. Once I start, everything starts flowing out. It's like a valve, but like turning it's rusted. So I have to turn and turn. And when I finally turn it enough and, I sit down and start, then everything just starts coming out. I'm bad because I don't use an outline or anything like that. And so my shit is kind of disjointed, but that's the way I write. So
I don't mean to interrupt you, Sturg, because I still want to find out what your process is, but I just wanted to add one thing. So I can't put it on paper until I have an idea of what it is. So I cook it. I stew it in my head, and that's just a habit from the way I used to do work. I did my best work in the shower, so to speak, because I could think through what I was trying to, and so. But then when I sit down, it's already kind of put together. It never ends the way I want it to start, based on how I want it to start. But that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But
that's the fun part.
Yeah.
That's the fun part is like starting and then not necessarily knowing, like you have an idea, but you don't know exactly where it's going to take you. So when you end up, like I have flashes of great or what I think are great ideas, and I'm like, oh, let me just throw this in here. And I'm like, fuck, this like top part doesn't make any sense with this mid part.
So what I'm hearing from you two, and correct me if I'm wrong, either one of you, is that Samantha, you're more of a planner when you write. But then like when you get it on the page, like sometimes it goes a different direction than you want it to go, or you have to pivot.
Yeah.
And OnyxRose, it sounds like you're more of a pantser, which is somebody who like writes from the seat of their pants. Like, so you get, once you get the juices flowing,
walking the razor's edge there, OnyxRose.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's how I work. But it can be something like I can be inspired by music very easily. I'll just one line in a song, and I will turn that into something. Like, cause this is how I do my poetry.
Nice.
Is that like either like a line in a song, or a color pops into my head, a shape, and then I just run with that. Trying to find a way to, yeah, it's interesting the way I write. It's the way I write. So,
exactly. I mean, everyone does it differently, right? Everybody has their, it seems at least that they all have their individual processes and struggles when it comes to writing in general. But it's interesting hearing your process, and I can't wait to hear yours, Sturg. But I have to admit, OnyxRose, I feel you. For sure.
So yeah. So Samantha, in line with what you said earlier about you were trying to find like your focus, or like what your writing was trying to say or whatever. I never really zeroed in on one particular, like, I guess I never really thought about when I started. Like, when I first started writing 5 years ago on Medium to start, and then Substack now.
Yeah.
I called myself proudly nicheless. So I didn't have a niche. I wanted to write everything. And the main theme here is, I guess when I started going back and reading my stuff, it was rooting for the underdog, overcoming adversity, because I've been through a lot of shit. And actually, while I've been writing online, a lot of shit has happened to me, because, this life in an RV before this was a tiny home that we had fashioned out of a box truck that had doors on the back, and it was pretty interesting. But we've been living on the road now for 6 years since COVID.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah. I have a lot of stories I can write, like travel, times when we were at like truck stops and different things like that. My stories are very raw. I'm a lot like OnyxRose, is I don't really have like I get inspiration, and I don't have a solid idea going into it like you do. I just let it flow and see what comes out. And sometimes I can be angry, like what you were saying earlier. You don't want to necessarily come from a place of anger.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. And I do. I've also been an editor for a little while now too. So what I'll do is, once I read that and go through my first draft, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to come off this angry, and I'll tone it down. I'll run it through a couple of revisions, a couple of passes, and I try to get it just right. But sometimes, I'll leave that raw emotion in there, because honestly, I feel like the raw emotion is what inspired me to write in the first place. So and for me, so the hardest part about writing for me, I guess, is focusing on what I want to start with. And but once it comes out, like you said, OnyxRose, once it comes out from there, it just kind of flows out. But then I'll pass it a few times, because I want to make sure it sounds decently polished. Or So the hardest part, I guess, did I say that what the hardest part of writing for me was?
You said get started.
Yeah. Focusing.
I think that once I do get started, like you said, Sturg, going back and, a line may not sound right, so you just kind of work on that line. I don't usually make whole scale changes, once I start writing, but I will like edit as I'm writing. Like, oh wait, this shit doesn't sound right. Let me go back and add this, so yeah, disjointed sometimes, but that's okay.
Some of my earliest work on Medium, out of the 1,700 stories I've published over the years, are very unpolished.
Oh yeah,
I haven't bothered to go back and tinker with them yet.
No, and I would never do that. I know that my grammar isn't always the best. And my spelling is not always, and proofreading is probably, I guess I lied. Proofreading is probably the hardest part that I know about writing. But I wouldn't change it. That was the lesson I learned. That was the looking back and seeing how I have changed or grown over that period of time. I wrote for a long time just shouting into the internet void on Reddit, right? So under different screen names. So I don't have that kind of back catalog. Oh, wow. What is that?
This is my 258-page manuscript for my book.
Okay, so now you're talking writing. Jesus, mine's like 3 paragraphs. I'm a real writer compared to that.
Yeah, this is like, it covers, I started writing about tea. Transitioned because I had a manic episode. So I wrote about my manic episode. And then I actually have in here my starting to transition.
Wow.
So yeah, I have,
Okay.
So
it's a memoir.
It's the first 5 years of my transition.
Fantastic. That's
I lean heavily into memoir. In my writing, I lean heavily into memoir and personal essay. The last piece that I wrote, it was just actually a few days ago, was about so I know I shouldn't be paying attention to sports anymore because the rich people don't want us to be involved with it, but I'm a sports fan.
Fuck that, I'm a sports fan.
No, I know, but here's what I'm saying about it. So a piece I wrote, it was an opinion piece, it was a personal essay about a proposal to change online sports gaming. Because right now, the way it's the model that's currently running on is unsustainable. That's my argument.
Wait, online sports gaming, meaning gambling?
Well, no, not gambling.
Like I'm not for gambling at all.
Video gaming. So like video games, like Madden, NFL, NFL, FC.
Okay.
You mean like when it goes professional and they have all the, the competitions for video gaming in the United States? It eventually get there, right?
I knew a person who was number 3 in Call of Duty at the time.
Yeah. I know that it takes a lot of skill, talent, and playing a lot, but other than that, it's just
I'm decent. I'm decent at the video games.
I am not good at any video games. I can play dice with buddies on my phone, which is like Yahtzee. I can play Trivia Crack.
I used to. Don't get me started on that again, because Mike will be like, not another habit for you to.
Fuck! I love trivia. Love trivia.
No, me too. I was on that trivia game show last week. On Saturday. I beat Brandon Jayhawk. Me and Brandon Elrich.
Oh, that's really neat. Oh wow!
We beat Brandon Jayhawk and Ginger Cook.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be great. I used to love Trivial Pursuit back in the day.
We've got like 5 different kinds of Trivial Pursuit right now.
Yeah, right.
We've got like 90s edition,
the Disney edition.
Oh, do you have the Disney edition?
No,
I don't.
No, do you?
No, I don't.
I don't. I used to have the Genius edition because the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because my partner always tells me I'm the king of useless information.
It takes a lot of useless information to be good at trivia. We have to stuff our brains with all kinds of information, and then just start pulling it out of our ass. I used to go to bars and play trivia, but I don't do that anymore. I want to start again. It's just
fun
late.
Fun story. I once beat a whole room full of like 6 person teams in a bar. It was at a bar.
Nice.
By myself.
Wow.
Nice.
By my freaking self.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Fantastisch. Ja, wunderbar.
C'est magnifique.
C'est magnifique.
Yeah.
Say oui.
I have another question. Let's transition to the next question.
Let's do it.
So this is about community. How do you handle the emotional energy of connecting with readers when they come into your comment section when you post something that it has comments enabled? So let's start with Samantha.
So when I first started here on Substack, pretty much every comment was emotionally draining. It was either a negative comment of, go get effed or something. Or it was, someone trying to be sympathetic, or someone trying to maybe, a trans parent who, was latching out for some information, I guess. I don't know. But most of my comments were always negative. And then I just started blocking a lot of people, I guess.
I've been on a block spree lately.
Pardon me. Yeah. But pardon me. I don't like getting screamed at. I don't like being told who I am. I don't like people who assume things about me or call me some sort of pedophile or groomer just because of who I am. Now, all of that is draining. All of that is disgusting. All of that is stuff I had to wade through here on Substack and still do in some ways. But I still also, but what I mostly get, and this is what I love, is that the community I've kind of been a part of making in terms of what my little corner of Substack is, that it's very positive, and that it's usually people who are supportive and loving and going through somewhat similar situations as my own, and we bond in that. But I'll have something go minorly viral, as I call it, and the comments will be filled again with that hate that I initially got, back when I first started out on Substack, and then I'll get the direct messages, which I started getting again too, because I got something kind of, I don't know, that kind of went a little minorly. I don't know, minor. It's all relative. But it's getting more comments and more visibility for me than I normally get in certain circles, and because it's a little bit inflammatory, or at least a little bit exciting, and so it's been interesting. And when you get 3,000 restacks, and those people start having comments on those restacks,
right?
And you're like, it's like playing whack-a-mole with just the hate sometimes. And when it spirals out of control, I hate it when it spirals out of control, because then I lose complete control of the thread, and I don't have any, and my name is attached to the top of whatever this is going to. And I can't, but I try to police my threads. I don't want people seeing hate associated with anything under my name. So, even if it's if it's restacked to someone else, I go with it. So, but when it gets too many people, it's just overwhelming. How about you?
Well, I'll make it before I get to OnyxRose. I'll make a quick comment. Mm-hmm. I think the two people that I restacked the most on Substack are you two, honestly. Like when I go back to my
thank you.
When I go back to my my feed and look, it's either something OnyxRose posted or something you posted, and I'm like, oh,
awesome.
I've noticed
thank
that.
you.
That. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm sorry, OnyxRose.
No. I don't remember the question. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll read it again. So how do you handle the emotional energy of connecting with your readers in your comment section, basically? So like when your comments are turned on, like what kind of energy, or like?
So okay, my comments are always on. I welcome most people's comments. Now, if I return and if I answer it is another story. If they're transphobes, I may not answer it. But on most days, I will go at a transphobe. I will go at a bigot. I will go at a racist.
I'm not that one. That's what you're saying to them.
Yeah, 100. So I give the same energy that I get. Put to you like that.
That's amazing.
So when I respond in comments, like if it's someone hateful and I'm challenging, I'm not challenging them for my ego or because I think it's fun. I do a little bit, but
yes.
But I write those comments with an anticipation or an eye to someone who may see it later,
and that's true too. Yeah, 100.
And so I write to an audience in the future while they're tending to just frustratingly express their emotions to me through anger and hostility and a lack of understanding. It's kind of like they're venting, and I'm using that venting as a lesson. So ultimately, when it comes down to responding to hateful comments, because I leave my comments on all the time. I had originally, when I started my Substack, I was like, I'm going to leave all the hate there and show people what it's like. And then there was a lot of freaking hate, and I started going, I can't do this anymore. And so now I police my threads, for bigotry and hatred and anything obvious like that. I'm not afraid of conversation. I enjoy and have made friends with in my little Substack with people who started off being of a different opinion, and I enjoy that. Getting to know people that way and finding commonality. But it's weird. I'm sorry.
What would it be then? Like, you'll only engage with those people when you realize that maybe they're coming into it with a good faith, but then they're open to learn or something, right?
I've been doing this for long enough, and plus my life has been lived with the tiger in the room my whole freaking life. I have been doing this long enough to kind of know just on how they start and their profile, because I don't respond if I don't take a look at their profile first. If it's somebody bot like, I'm not going to play. Yeah. But if it's somebody who has some comments and some opinions and expressed some views, especially if it's on us, if it's someone who's never expressed an opinion on us and is now attacking me, that's kind of, I take that as just wrongly worded curiosity, I guess. I don't know how to say it. And I'll try, but I can pretty much tell when it's hate right off the bat. I can tell when it's nuanced hate. Those are my favorite, the nuanced hate. But I can see those too. I get that. But I basically give you two answers, and then if you don't, I'm not going to respond anymore. And it's got to be intellectually honest. You've got to, I'm not going to listen to somebody tell me who I am. I mean, fuck you. Who are you?
Right. That does not even fly.
Or they search for causes. Wait. You were abused as a child. Let me guess.
Right.
I know. What the
I'd be like, stop, bitch. Stop.
Okay, so
I don't mean you by asking you what scarred you into being who you are.
What scarred you into being a misogynist transphobe? I said, what? I'm like to this person, be like, what shaped you into being a misogynist transphobe?
Yeah.
That's what you would say to them.
Yeah, and that's OnyxRose and I were having a conversation. Well, so this is the backstory on this, OnyxRose. Do you mind if I talk about possibility of doing this on Thursday or on Sunday show with us?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So I have a guest now who's going to come on our show on Sunday, and Jason is a paranormal investigator, so it's going to be really cool. We're going to talk about paranormal stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. I know nothing about it.
Oh my God, I've gone down the wormhole.
Good. That's fantastic. So this was Autumn's get. Autumn, the trans witch, wanted to and Autumn knew Jason, and I met Jason through Autumn, and Jason's a nice guy. So he's just a straight cis male, and he's been very helpful with Autumn's passing. So I was going to have him on the show, but before Autumn went to the hospital, she thought of this idea of having him on the show and interviewing him as the potentially mentally ill, mythical cis straight male, and asking him the kind of questions that we get on a regular basis, but not telling him.
So what's in your pants? That's gonna be my first.
When did you turn straight? When did you decide you were straight?
When did you start to experiment with heterosexuality?
Do you regret it? Do you find it harder to fit in? But all of these kind of questions that and we were going to lure him in and do this to him, but then we decided we should probably clue him in.
Right.
And then Autumn got sick. And the reason Autumn wanted to do this is because Autumn's first show on the radio, he interviewed Autumn. Jason interviewed Autumn, and he asked her all the stereotypical questions, and we've given him crap about that ever since, right? Because so we were like, let's turn the coin. But anyway, so Jason's going to be on our show Sunday to talk about paranormal stuff, and he's an interesting gentleman. I don't know anything about paranormal stuff, but he has a way that he investigates and the way that he talks about it. And I think it's an interesting story. We might hear some haunted stuff, and who knows? I don't know.
So let me just tell y'all the wormhole I've been going down. Okay. So first of all, do y'all know about the GATE program?
The what?
The GATE program?
What?
Okay.
I'm not part of no gay program. What? No,
not gay.
That's kind of what I heard the first time.
GATE.
Go ahead, guys.
It's like I've heard a lot.
GATE program or any remote viewing, anything like that. So the GATE program was operational in the 70s and 80s, maybe in the 90s. I don't think so. But what they did is the CIA actually started pulling kids out of elementary school, and like they would pull certain kids and make them do tests, like to see, and it was to see who had extrasensory power.
Oh, wow.
And you know, it's true. Like everybody can be psychic. Anybody can. It's a matter of working the muscle. But anybody can be psychic. It may not be like clairvoyance, but it could be something like clairsentience or something else. So yeah, the rabbit hole is crazy.
Words, but I don't know what they mean.
The rabbit hole is crazy, like CERN, like it, like different timelines and lizard people.
You and Jason are going to get along perfect.
Oh yeah.
So yes, you're going to be good together. Good. But we're going to give shit and do all those things that people ask us.
So basically, this is the Mutant Academy, right? Like Professor X's Academy.
Yes. I can't wait to get into that though, because honestly, like the shit I've read and stuff that let's suffice to say that I've got some interesting stuff that I don't tell a lot of people because I know people won't believe me and they would think of me as crazy. So I don't. But
they already think we're all crazy. I mean, come on.
No.
Just a different flavor of it.
Just a different flavor. This is the kind of crazy where they would probably like. Well, I'm trying not to get locked up. I'm trying not to get silenced. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Things happen. Okay. Things happen. So. Let me just say that any of the gate programs on any of the gate pages on Facebook are being monitored by MK Ultra, also being monitored probably by the CIA.
I've heard those acronyms. I don't necessarily know it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the movie about the goats or something like that, but I don't know.
I don't know about the goats.
A movie about the goats?
I don't know anything about the goats.
Something. Oh God, that's gonna be. There's a. I'll. Never mind.
Well, that's gonna be clipped. That's gonna be clipped. I can guarantee it. No. Sammy's talking about the goats.
The goats.
The goats. He's talking about the goats again.
Goats again. Yeah. So, Sturg, drop it. Let's see. You got another question?
Well, I have more questions, yeah, for sure. But I wanted to answer.
Oh, sorry.
The question I posed to both of you. Yeah, no, it's fine. I was about to drop 3 names that I know would have started a whole nother conversation, but I'm going to do that after I answer my question.
Okay.
So for me, like you said, OnyxRose, I match the energy of the person coming in usually.
Right.
But sometimes, like what Samantha said earlier, keep in mind what a future person might be reading when they see that comment.
Right.
But also, I get a little sarcastic and smart with these people sometimes when they come in with like ignorant shit.
I do. Yeah.
And I will troll them out of existence, basically. No, that's not. I mean, you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah,
they wanted to come at me with that. They thought they messed with the wrong one. Like,
I
will match that energy if I feel like it. Sometimes I don't feel like it. I'll just ignore it. Or on Medium, there's actually a way to. Well, you could do it here too. Hide the comment. And I've hidden a few comments. Yeah,
I've hidden one or two.
With the genuine, support. When I get genuine support, I don't know. Like I'm all about building community, so it's very, very nice to be able to meet the people that I can relate to and everything.
Yeah,
and get a chance to engage with them. And I am 100% genuine when I come into the chat. Whenever I comment on somebody's stuff and I really like them, I'll unfiltered opinion right there. But it's in a good way. I don't mean it like unfiltered, like, oh my God, you're a fucking moron or something. Like,
no, I'm not going to go out of my way to put something negative on someone's thing unless it's.
If they come at me with that negative energy, then I will definitely hit them back. But most of it, like Sammy said, most of it is informative. You know, not necessarily for those assholes, but for the other people reading.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, especially when it comes to transphobes, you know, like they'll pop off, and you know, I will then say, like, I had to say this yesterday, as a matter of fact. You know, transphobes think of us like misogynists do. You know,
they are misogynists.
They are misogynists, yeah. Turfs, you know, I've been battling one particular turf who pops on my page, you know, every
J.K.
3 or 4
Rowling?
days.
Big time.
You mean Braithwaite? What's his name? He J.K. Rowling. I'm just gonna say he, because J.K. Rowling did say that if things were different, he would have transitioned. So, you know,
Right,
he's just
under your names. Yeah.
He's just showing his hate.
Just like I used to play video games with female characters.
Yes.
Right before, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
so the 3 names I'll drop now that I've given my answer. Although no, I don't know if I want to start this conversation. I was going to say Sophie Cunningham, Enes Kanter, Freedom, and Royce White.
That's good, because we were actually talking about this earlier, Sammy. The WNBA and those fuckers who think that, oh, I'm trans now sometimes, so I'm going to sign up for the WNBA. Fuck them. Absolutely fuck them.
Oh, definitely. That's just a stunt, and I think most people have seen through it. And and the rhetorical argument they were trying to make ended up backfiring on them, because in a way, I think those two are almost the perfect example we've been saying all along. They're almost our best allies, just because of the way they blundered into this, with their arrogance and their whatever. But they're proving everything we said. They're proving that it's always cis men. It's not, you know, we're not putting on wigs to go win at women's sports. Right. That's his argument.
That is him who's doing it. Right.
Yep. That's their rhetoric. Their rhetoric is such that they need to self-fulfill their own freaking policy, or, you know, their prediction. It's
self-fulfilled prophecy.
And you know what I want to do? I want to see their browser history. You know? Because like people that are this hardcore against trans people, you know, they've been fucking looking at trans porn. You know,
I was going to say,
I won't go there. I won't go there. But
I was going to say, Sophie Cunningham probably watches lesbian trans porn.
Sophie Cunningham probably watches gay porn. You know, there are a lot of straight women who watch gay porn, and that's fine. Like, I have no problem with that. She can watch all the gay porn she wants, but like that does not translate into being trans. No. And so like Sophie, I don't really know much about Sophie Cunningham, because once I heard her start bitching, I tuned that bitch out. So I don't really know much about her, except for the fact that she's white and blonde and like
she's a transphobe. So she was Caitlin Clark is on the same team. So Caitlin Clark was So they brought her in. Indiana Fever, because they brought in Sophie Cunningham because Caitlin Clark was getting pressured by defenses. Right? They were singling her out. No, I mean, you would to do any great player. So, you know,
any great player.
So they bring in defensive people. They bring in people like, you know, to defend her, basically.
The enforcers.
Yes. You know, I mean, it's just like hockey. So when kids play, everything's analogized to hockey because it's the only sports my kids play. But yeah, it's like an enforcer. That's why they brought her on. She's a second string guard. She's not that, like, you know, but she's the enforcer. And now, of course, she does nail 3-pointers. That's true too. She can make them rain. But, you know, her primary purpose was to you know, stand up for Caitlin Clark, and that's a noble role within a team.
Well, you know, I've seen Asia Wilson doesn't. Is that Asia Wilson?
Wilson,
the black woman.
Yeah, she does not complain about getting knocked down. You know, none of the like fucking Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd. None of these people. None of these people are complaining about all the fouls except for Caitlin Clark. And if you watch her play, every time she gets bumped, she's like, "What the fuck, ref?" You know, I'm like,
that goes from hockey too, right? It's because, you know, because when Gretzky was playing, right, everybody wanted to take Gretzky's head off, right? So you got somebody, you know, they got Mark Messier, or if you wanted to, you know, analogize it to a different sport, if someone's really good, and she is really good. Michael Jordan of whatever, maybe, I don't know.
I don't think she's that good. I don't think she's that good.
I shouldn't be doing sports analogies anyway. I don't even watch most sports, and never wanted to play them, though I played them all. But it's just yeah. I mean, she gets a lot of attention from defenses and other teams because they know she's a factor or can be potentially a factor in a game. And
they also know because she's
around that.
Yeah, but they also know because she's a whiny bitch and she will pop off the handle, and that they can get a technical. They can get a technical
too. That's like on a hockey team, you have the pest. You have the person out there chirping and calling everybody names and getting everybody aggravated, so somebody makes a cheap shot.
I see other basketball players, and I'm talking about women basketball players now, not the men's, because I don't watch the men's. But I honestly, I don't see, I see the physicalness of the game, and I don't see anybody else complaining except for Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Every time she gets bumped, she gets touched, she wants a technical foul. I don't know. She was the face of the WNBA only because Paige Bueckers had an ACL tear. Okay. If she didn't have that ACL tear, she would have been the face, And as it is, if you look at her versus Caitlin, she's down with everybody. She's talking about, Black women getting more notoriety and more coaching positions and more positions in the staff. Yeah. And, Caitlin's not saying anything. No, nothing. So she looks like the racist that she probably is.
She looks complicit. She looks complicit.
Yeah. But I'm going to be more generous and say that I believe that she has her head in the game while the others have their head in the paychecks and the grift. And sudden celebrity. I believe that she has her head in the game. Now, whether she's whiny, that's a role sometimes too. Maybe she is. Whether she should speak out for her Black sisters on other teams and on her team, sure, obviously should. But
or speak out against her teammate talking about protecting women and girls. Oh my God.
Yeah, my keeping her head in the game comment goes only until it's your teammate causing that distraction. Then it's your obligation as a leader on the team to nip that in the
first for sure. Yeah. But she did respond to it, but her answer was a very, very telling non-answer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, which is also the WNBA's answer right now when they had the meeting. It's another very telling non-answer. It does seem very telling in our favor when the fact that, again, circling back to the two dudes who are now trans,
sometimes
I sometimes identify as a trans woman. How does that work?
Right.
Anyway, so, but I lost my train of thought because that pissed me off so much.
I get angry because I can't stand Caitlin Clark. I mean, to me, if you're gonna go with, and I hate to say it like this and bring it back to race, but if you're gonna go with a white girl in WNBA, then stick with Paige. Paige is friendly to everybody. She jokes around with everybody. She plays hard. She plays, she trash talks with everybody. She's just the antithesis of Caitlin Clark.
And, well, thank you. Yeah, I'll have to pay more attention to that. Again, it's not something I watch on a regular basis, but I enjoy it when I do. It's just that, okay.
No. I get the same vibe from Cameron Brink.
Yes.
On LA.
Yes. Although I do like her, though. I do like her. But
no, I mean, I get the same vibe, not the negative vibe, the positive vibe that she fucks with everyone.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you were saying that. Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying the other thing.
She's Cameron Brink's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I have another question, but go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead, Sturg. I'm done.
Okay, so what is a non-writing daily ritual that keeps you sane when your life gets too crazy?
Why don't you go ahead, OnyxRose? Why don't you go first on this one, hon?
Meditation. Easy. I fucking block myself off and I will sit in silence for about 10 minutes and let everything cook off. Cook, because when I get pissed, I get really pissed. And, I sometimes can't control my anger. So the best way for me to do that is to section myself off, sit for like 10 minutes, eyes closed, just practicing my breathing, concentrate on breathing. When something comes into my mind, I say, okay, push it away and go back to my breathing. Then I find out after about 10, 15 minutes, what I was mad about probably, wasn't something that should have affected me in the way it did. So no.
Okay.
No.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Samantha?
So a non-writing ritual that I do every day, is that the question?
That gets that helps you declutter your mind, or that's basically the question.
Okay. Yeah, I have a hummingbird feeder, and I love watching.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a way to just kind of like watch the hummingbird out the window. It's a hummingbird, because I didn't realize at first that they were so aggressive and that they scare off other hummingbirds, and so you just get one hummingbird. Yeah. The food sources are so scarce that they will defend it. Really. Yeah, and there's whole YouTube channels of hummingbird dog fights. It's amazing. Yeah.
Violence upon the hummingbird range.
Oh, hummingbirds are violent creatures, huh?
I didn't know that.
But you can fix it by putting multiple feeders within a certain distance, because then they can't police one. But he'll sit there. He has a little red head, and he will sit on a branch at the nearby pine tree. You can't see me point. Nearby pine tree. I was like describing the whole thing, and you can't see it. But he has he sits on a branch, and you can see him. You can just like look out the window, and you can see him. And if another hummingbird comes to the feeder, then he swoops right in and chases him off, and then comes to get the drink and goes back to his branch. And it's really interesting, and it's really kind of unfortunate, because I want to see other hummingbirds. I mean, he's cute, but I'd like to see some other ones too. But that's how I kind of watching that drama of my hummingbird policing its feeder is how I decline. That's horrible. Oh my
awesome. God, daytime soaps. Yes. So Sturg, what about you then?
I watch comedies.
Oh no. Yeah.
I have to get my mind. I have to lighten my mind with like how ridiculous the world is by watching just like I like a lot of those adult animated cartoons, like Family. I know Family Guy is kind of a guilty, like
I love Family Guy. I know it's trash. It's trash.
You go in with what? Yeah, I mean,
but it's funny as shit.
Family Guy, The Simpsons. I mean,
I have never seen an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, what?
Never.
How about Rick and Morty? Do you watch Rick and Morty?
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Seen
I love
Rick and Morty. Nope.
Yeah. Have you watched the new one with the president?
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah.
Mike has Get Swifty hat.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah. I watch a lot of anime, basically. So yeah, I don't want to say a lot. That's all relative, but yeah.
I haven't seen much anime. Yeah, no.
I mean, even though they've pissed me off a couple of times watching this show, I do watch a lot of South Park too, because
I do.
It gets a little edgy at times, and then sometimes their takes are just completely bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I have watched South Park before. I watched like 3 or 4 seasons, maybe 5, and then I stopped watching and haven't picked it up again. But I do remember it being like hilarious. Like
this last year when it was attacking, or last 2 years, I guess maybe, or whatever, last year when it was going after Donald Trump, or not after, but at least including him in the storyline. That
was great.
Yeah, it really helped during some of the darker times during the last year of America.
Did you see the one where they showed his little peepee when he was going through the desert?
Right.
Yeah, it was this tiny wiener at the end. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Okay.
Yeah. That was a fun conversation. If you could become an expert at any skill, what would you choose?
Oh my god!
I would want to be a chef.
That's a good one. Expert at any skill.
Mm-hmm.
I own an electric guitar as an affectation.
Yes,
I play it. It's just an affectation, and I would love to be able to play electric guitar. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That bass has been basically sitting in my room for about I don't know, 5 years now. I've got a viola in my closet.
So if you learn how to play the guitar, OnyxRose plays the bass. I can provide the vocals because I'm a good singer.
Yeah,
we could start a band.
Let's do it.
Definitely start a band.
We can have live concerts on live.
No.
Wait,
gotta learn how to play the damn thing first.
Don't you work for a radio
3 chords and an attitude. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, so you work for a radio station, right?
Who? What?
You work at a radio station, right?
I do. Yeah. KXRW FM.
Yeah. KXRW.
99.9 FM.
Yeah.
99.9. Yeah.
Vancouver, Washington. Yeah.
Vancouver. I worked at a radio station. Yeah, I worked at a radio station myself. It was fun. I don't know what kind of do you do? Is it DJ work, disc jockey, DJ, or do you do interviewing?
Yeah, I try to do an NPR style. My ultimate goal is to do an NPR story about a subject, but I don't have the skills yet or the knowledge. I'm just still learning how to edit.
Right.
Damn, you just say knowledge.
Did I say knowledge?
No, I think did she? I thought she said knowledge.
I heard knowledge.
I meant that obviously. It's like cannoli and knowledge.
Cannoli knowledge.
Yes. But yeah, if I did, I'm so sorry. Thank you for catching that, though. That's hilarious. But I don't even know where I was anymore. Gosh, I'm so sorry. It's like my edibles kicking in. That's my new way.
Nice.
That's like my new way of saying I'm having a senior moment.
My edible is kicking in.
I'm the only one in the chat right now who's not high. That's not easy for me.
No, I am not high. Believe it or not, I am not high. My shit got lost in the mail today. Like I went to the mailbox, the parcel pending, to pull out. Like I got 6 ounces of dabs. Went to my parcel box to open it. I opened the parcel box. There is not a motherfucking box. Nothing in the holder. There's nothing in there. So I've been like talking with the parcel pending people. I got to talk to the leasing office tomorrow. Because I want my I want my dabs.
You gotta get
the medical card. You deserve it.
Well, I'm going to the store tomorrow with this. Yeah, so I got a $100 discount because I paid for a 5-year medical card.
Right.
So I got $100 gift card, not discount, gift card to the weed shop, so I can use $100 plus whatever. Yeah.
I know that, like I said, I know that they do have the medical card here, which gets you a discount on store purchases. But again, it's just like going to the liquor store here. So you can just go and get what you want.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah,
I remember at one point, it made news a few years ago. I'm trying to remember if it was Arizona or Oregon, because I know you're in Oregon, right?
Well, I'm in Washington, but right across the river. It's a stone's throw. Yeah.
Oh, Washington. Oh, wait, Washington's fully legal? Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Oh my God. For a long time,
you can't like ship products across state lines. That's illegal because it's still controlled substance. But But yeah. So you can they sell it differently. Like Oregon, you can sell edibles in 100 milligram bars that you can then divide yourself.
Right.
Whereas in Washington, you have to buy them in 10 milligram segments. So they have different controls. I don't really know about any of this stuff. I just know people who do.
Look, if you come to Atlanta, like Atlanta's under a cloud anyway. It's just a cloud of weed. Like everybody in the A, I'm not gonna say everybody in the A smokes, but a lot of people in the A do. Like, Mother's Day, like we went to brunch, and all of a sudden, like it was just this heavy smell of weed. And of course, my eyes were like, where is this shit? Because I want to take a little hit. But my sibs were like, what the fuck? Because my sibs don't smoke. I'm the only one in my family who smokes. So my blood family, not my chosen family.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, what was I gonna say about Washington? Oh, well, Washington has a sizable Asian population, which I love.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if I had to sum up the racial makeup of Vancouver, this area where I live, I'd say that it's Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, and then of course Black and brown, but there's fewer black and brown people here. This isn't. It's
that was also my experience in Northern California. Like,
yeah, it's Pan-Asian, so it has most of the Pacific countries sort of here more than it has other aspects.
Right.
Yeah.
How many Filipinos are there in your area?
I have never really looked to notice, Sturg. I'm sorry, I can't really tell you. I live predominantly in a Hispanic neighborhood. So, yeah, around me are primarily Hispanic locations.
I was going to say, like that. I always look.
Wait, Hispanic Caucasians?
What's that?
No.
Say what?
I thought you said Hispanic Caucasians. I was like,
No, I live in a Hispanic neighborhood primarily.
Okay.
Did I say Caucasians? Oh my God!
No. You didn't say.
My edibles are really kicking in.
No. Hispanic Caucasians. Well, there are Hispanic Caucasians.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's a relative term anyway, depending on history and the point of view. So
I dated a Hispanic Caucasian. He was one of my exes.
So how can I'm gonna you're gonna have to help me out with this. Like Hispanic people, tell me what makes them Caucasian, except for their skin color. Because
wait a minute, are we arguing about something that I don't think any of us said? I just want to make sure.
No.
Caucasians, but
I want to know, like. Oh yeah, I didn't know anything about Hispanic Caucasians. I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't know there was a word.
I didn't know it either.
Somebody said it.
I didn't know that.
It's a real word. I think we coined it. No, I don't. Maybe it is a real concept or a real word, but I've never heard it. And I didn't really consider. I mean, to me, there's a problem attaching the Caucasian part to it because it sort of validates the Hispanic culture.
Yes,
with it.
Yes.
So first of all, I wouldn't want to even suggest that. So if I did say that, I apologize. It was a mis.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
But if somebody misheard it too, then that's
yes.
I don't want to discuss the concept we shouldn't be arguing about. But yeah. But that's an interesting subject for sure. Who makes the Caucasians historically, depending on who's in power, right, and who wants to exclude who,
right?
So yeah, that's a made up. That's an American construct, like Caucasian. Like
it's of course we know why.
Yeah. I mean, Irish and Italian people weren't even considered Caucasian until like later.
Well, until the United States tricked them into thinking that they were better than
Well, yeah. I know. I already know.
It's like, okay, you know what? You're not black, but you can be white. You can come join us as long as And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Let me get some of this hate taken off me by being white.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's the same thing they did with African Americans. Again, I don't know if that term's even like black people. With the slavery, right? They used that white fear of they're going to end up better than me as a way.
Well, that's the whole fear right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You think that? When it comes to,
that is why there are so many conservative Republicans like trying to throw the rules back to 1940 and 1930. It's because
the Great Replacement.
Let me not get into the.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's just.
Let me not get into the. I won't even say that. Okay.
Yeah. Never mind. Anyway, we all have our thoughts on that. We're gonna move
on. Wow. This is okay.
Okay. Well, the random or the skill that I wanted to become an expert in is I actually wanted to get good at acting so that I could try it. I don't know. Cool. It looks fun. All right.
It looks scary to me.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe once I don't know. Like. Yeah, maybe for a live audience, I would be scared, but like in learning lines also is something that would be kind of hard for me.
I'm kind of getting used to it, learning all these languages.
Because
I'm on my 8th language right now.
Wow! What?
Yeah.
Holy wow!
Yeah.
That's
right now
amazing.
I'm studying French, and OnyxRose and I have been going back and forth speaking some French to each other.
I can barely speak my own. That's fantastic. I love that you can do that. Yay for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's oh my gosh, French is fun. That language. Oh my gosh,
I think it's a pretty language.
It is a very pretty language. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like the vowels are just like way the fuck out there. Like, come on now, friends. But I love the language. I'm an admitted Francophile.
Yeah. I love European history and our own history. You know, I mean, connected. But languages have never been anything that has connected with me. Just because I primarily think of my dyslexia or whatever it is, but I can't make it sound. I'm horrible with pronouncing people's names too. I can't see the pronunciation sometimes.
So. I would to that aspect, I would say don't attempt Danish pronunciation.
Yeah. Good advice. Good safety tip. Thank you. Oh my god!
Yeah. That's red cream with berries. Or red berries with cream. Sorry.
An entirely necessary and needed phrase when you go to Denmark.
It's a very the dish is very popular in Denmark.
Right.
Basically their national dish. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna get back to a music question because I really like this one that I came up with.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up with these questions, Sturg.
Yar.
What kind of music do you like to listen to when you're sitting down to write?
That's a great question. You go ahead, OnyxRose. I can see you're ready. Go for it.
So I listen to honestly, I'm listening to dance music. And it's like when I'm sitting down to write, there's a specific YouTube group that I watch. It's like Smokey. It's like Deep House. It's called like. I love Deep House, first of all, but it's a particular type of Deep House, and it's got a lot of vocals in it. It's got a lot of nice beats. So the words then and the colors start to come from the song, and so I use that to write, and that's how I write. So I use dance music a lot. I'll use Ethel Cain. I've been using.
Wow.
Or if I'm in a mood, then like hip hop, I'll sit down and listen to some J. Cole or some JID. That's who I'm listening to a lot now. So
that's fantastic. I like the dance music too. I like the popular, kind of just to keep kind of motivated. But if I'm like seriously stuck or something, I have two records that I fall back on, which are Faith and 17 Seconds by The Cure, back to back.
Love 17 Seconds. Actually, I love Faith too.
Yeah, they're both great. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, they're both, but they have that sort of like space between hit songs, so to speak, to just kill with the other music. Well, they're all great songs. And then so those are my. I know I'm stuck when I'm walking around the house, listening to 17 Seconds by The Cure. So, but that's
What about you, Sturg?
It depends on what I'm writing. So there was one time I wrote a story called I love listening to German opera. And I was actually listening to German opera right before I wrote that story.
Die Valkyrie?
I'm not Wagner. I mean, that's too associated with the Nazis. I'm good on that. But like that, maybe like some French rap, some French R&B, some French pop, maybe like just
French
American
pop. That's cool. Yeah.
American hip hop, American R&B. Like I like a lot of like 90s what they consider gangster rap, like Biggie and Tupac. I really like them. Let me see what else. I would say probably like when I'm in more of a chill mood, I'd want to listen to like stuff like the Lumineers or it's like that. What do they call that? Stomp, clap, hey music.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's stomp, clap, hey music.
It's like hey. That song where they go, hey,
Okay, that's the archetype. That's the archetype of that genre. Yeah.
Okay.
I like to listen to Janae Aiko. She's got like a 15-minute, 15-second song that's called "I Am Not Afraid." Creation mantra, and it like if you like meditation, it is a perfect like 15-minute, 15 seconds. So it's like it's a good. It's some people meditate for like 30 minutes. I don't do that shit because I've got ADHD, probably ADHD. My mind is not like that, so I'd be doing it in like 5-10 minute sections. So yeah, like I'll deep in for like 10 minutes and then pop back out and be like, okay, whatever, and then I'll go back in because I can't. My mind wanders a lot, and so like trying to still the mind for me is hard because I've always got dialogue going on in my head, music going on in my head all the time, except for when I'm asleep because I just don't remember. But then I'm dreaming. So yeah, like it's like constant. So gotta feed the voices. Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep them active. Keep them going. Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah, like I can relate to you, OnyxRose, in that respect. What I used to do when I was working these mindless corporate jobs is I would always sing at work. Yeah, I would sing constantly at work. I was the singing guy at work. People would hear me sing and they'd be like, "You're the singing guy." I had a job at Safeway. You know Safeway, Samantha.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know Safeway.
You know, well, but that's not out in our neck of the woods right now. But I'm from the West Coast, so I was because
there was a Safeway down here,
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I was the singing courtesy clerk.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Like people would come in and hear me singing while I was restocking or pushing carts or whatever, doing demos in the deli.
Demos in the deli. What a name for a 5-track EP. Demos in the deli.
Okay, so hold on. So 2005 though, this is one thing I'm not particularly proud of, and I can't believe I'm actually sharing this live. So back in 2005, I mean I'm brown, so maybe I could have gotten away with it, but before we realized, well, it was even kind of poor taste back then, but I did a Mexican accent over the intercom because I was trying to promote like an item that we were selling that was like, I think it was like jalapenos or salsa or something. And to get people to come over to get their attention, I was like doing it put on fake Mexican accent to get them to come over the intercom. And people came over like, "Oh, you don't talk like that?" Because they thought that was my real voice. I'm like, no, I was just getting you guys to come over here. And they're like, "Oh, well, that's kind of rude."
Yeah.
Walk away. I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
What did we learn from that poor experience, right?
Right.
I mean, there are a lot of things that I've learned over the years just by doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oops.
Every day.
Yeah. Every day. Every day.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so how do you guys, or how do either one of you decide?
Nice catch. I like that.
No, I know. I don't like that. I'm from California, and we call everyone guys and dude.
Bob.
But
it's just I mean, you notwithstanding, maybe not you either, but like if you talk to a straight cis guy and you say, well, would you fuck your dude? The straight cis guy is going to be like, something to that effect. I'm not saying every straight cis guy is going to do that, but that's the whole.
I mean, some straight cis guys might fuck their dude. I mean,
well, they should, like especially if your friend's in need, give them a little fucking.
Yeah,
I love the saying. I love the southern thing, y'all. That's just perfect because it fits them all. How y'all doing?
Y'all, yeah, y'all. I say y'all all the time. I'm like, I don't have an accent, but I say y'all all the time. I do.
Shimmy, shimmy, ya, ya. No.
Shimmy, shimmy, ya, ya.
Yeah. You know what's up. You know what I was talking about.
Wu-Tang.
Right. Oh yeah. So how do you decide when a story that you're sharing, like a personal story online when you're writing, is just too much? Like you can't you like start writing it, but then you realize it's too raw that you don't want to share, or do you share it and push past your initial hesitation and publish it anyway? Like how do you go about that?
Pardon me. So I I write things that never will see the light of day. Sure.
So do I. So do I.
and it's not because I didn't care about them or love them. It's just that they're never going to see the light of day.
There's like no reason for me to be giving all that information out.
Right. Because then I did it anonymously on Reddit. So that was like my journaling was like I could shout into the void and get random comments, sometimes from people who might be helpful and sometimes from people who might not. But it's different now because of my name, right? So I write under my name now. So these are my personal things that are attached to me, and honestly, I'd love to share everything. I try to. But there are still things that I'm still not sure how to share them yet. I'm still working through them in some ways too.
Right.
So there are things that will never see the light of day that I've saved. But once I'm committed to writing that idea and that feeling or that experience or that emotion, I'm gonna write it. And and if it's starting to get too overwhelming for me, generally that means I'm going in the right direction, I think.
Yeah. I call it soul mining.
Oh, wow. I love that.
I mean, it's like when you dig and like those emotions, like I put out something that I never thought I would have. And sometimes I'm like, did I really want to do that? But I did it. And, looking back, I would never have done it before. I did it because I was kind of anonymous, and nobody was checking me out on Beehive. So I was throwing all kinds of shit up there. The more personal pieces, except for one, the super personal ones have not made it onto anything out here, like in the internet world. They probably won't, like you said, really? Sammy. They probably won't. I don't know. There's something to be said about like throwing like my entire life for consumption. I have to have something that's kind of mine.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never thought of it that way. That's an interesting point. What you're saying is that you're by giving it all out. Sort of. There's a song by God. It's gonna take a senior moment. By Courtney Love, basically, to go on and take everything from me.
Take everything.
Yeah,
take everything.
I know that.
Right. Yeah, and it's about just how basically if she gives it all away, then people won't want it anymore because you don't want what you already have. So that's interesting that you feel like it depletes you that way too. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
What about you, Sturg?
I don't know. When I first started writing, everything. I mean, there was nothing in my life that has happened to me that was off limits. I was an open book.
Yeah.
And then I realized as I started writing more and more about my life that, oh my gosh, people are finding stuff out about me. I had to go back and actually edit out a few details in some of my stories because I was using real names too.
So I did that once.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time. That's why those don't make it on to like. I will change names if I'm putting it online because I did that. I wrote about an ex-girlfriend of mine and changed her name. So
I do that now, but before I wasn't doing that. I didn't learn that lesson until later because then somebody threatened my life one time on one of my stories. And they said, well, I think I'll be able to find you. But I mean, we're in an RV and we're moving all the time. So I was like, how are they going to find me? And then I was realizing if I tell them exactly where I'm at, they might be able to find me.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, maybe if I'm going to come out with some of these inflammatory takes I've taken, like one where I said one time, Tesla's Cybertruck is just basically a glorified trash can.
It is.
And I wrote that article a while back, and I got like thousands of comments and thousands of views. I mean that story blew up. That story is viral. Like you said, one of your stories went viral.
No, minorly viral.
Yeah, well, you said viral, but
my notes go viral. My stories do not.
This one on Medium got like 20,000 views.
Oh shit! So I wish I could just have that kind
fantastic.
of viewership for my writing. I like my notes, like in the notes section, I'm bomb.com. But in my writing, no one really checks that out, which is kind of a strange thing. Like I use the notes to try and get people to come over to my writing, but it's not really working.
Yeah.
I'm rethinking my Substack model as well. I didn't really put much thought into it when I first started becoming active on here, which was probably like somewhere around like somewhere late last year. Even though I've been on here for 3 years technically. I was married to Medium, and then like things started getting kind of piss poor on Medium, and I was just like, I think I'm just going to focus more on Substack at this point, doing live videos with people I enjoy talking to, making notes, restacking people's thoughts as well.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. I love to clip people's stories, like take a chunk out of someone's story that I'm reading or essay or article that I think that would grab somebody else so that they can come and read the article. I do that a lot.
I do that too,
yeah. I like that. I enjoy that.
I like grabbing people. No, I'm kidding.
No, I like grabbing people.
No, that's gonna get clipped. That's probably
clip. Let's just go ahead and say fuck it, so that way they can clip that whole thing.
Oh my god.
This one kind of ties into one of the questions that we or the discussions we had earlier. So how does oh my gosh, how do I word this? Because the way I wrote it, I kind of don't like the way I wrote this, so I'm trying to change it. So your identity, right? So who you are, how does that shape what you write? So in specific instance for you, OnyxRose, I'm gonna start with you because I mean you're a Black trans woman, non-binary. Well, no, trans non-binary, right? So
there we go.
Trans non-binary. Yes, I knew that.
Yes. No.
She, they. So you're and you live in the South. So like, how do those experiences shape what you choose to write?
So when I write about race, being in Atlanta, I'm influenced by a lot of Black culture because, Black culture is all around me. Whereas I feel like if I was somewhere else, it wouldn't have the culture that I bring to it. So yeah, living in Atlanta, living in different places in Atlanta, then moving down to South Florida. In South Florida, the whole attitude was completely different. It was macho, machismo, like testosterone, misogyny, everything you think of. Yeah. South Florida is just like that, and I just like it was not my vibe, and I could not produce anything because I was so stuck because I just couldn't breathe in South Florida. So when I got back to Atlanta, like writing started flowing and just like started pouring out of me.
Oh wow!
And it was about being in South Florida and not feeling the misogyny and feeling the testosterone and the guys that I just it made me sick. So when I moved back to Atlanta, there's a more, not just Black people, there's a more diverse population. So I can go to like Little Five Points. And if y'all don't know what Little Five Points is like a little area where like a lot of punks, hippies, and Rastas hang out. It's an alternative culture area. You get that flavor. Yeah. It's got all sorts of cool stores, food places. It's been around forever. So like in the 90s, it was truly hardcore where you had a lot of skinheads. And if you go down there when you're Black, you got to be ready to fuck some shit up. So, we would visit down there and we were ready, and that's not to say I ever broke out into a fight, but, I was ready, and that's, well, that's the thing in Atlanta, like you got to stay ready, and I think in any any environment that's you just got to be street
That's
smart.
good advice.
Yeah. Now, in Chicago, it's knowing the difference between sketch and dangerous, right? You avoid dangerous, and sketch, you just kind of go around.
Right.
Oh, wait, hold on. So I'm going to say something to that. I'm going to say something humorous in response to that. So, in Chicago, just make sure you're not downtown somewhere, and then some Nigerian guys come up to you and pour bleach on you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I wouldn't be worried about the YNs.
Do you remember that? The guy from the show Empire?
Oh yeah, I remember when he got attacked.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He didn't get attacked. He
didn't know. They beat it. They like Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett. He got he paid those motherfuckers to like.
Those were Nigerians.
I know. I know.
Oh wow.
That's
I remember it being in the news, but I never really understood the backstory. Or never.
And they were apparently they were MAGA, but they were like these Nigerian guys who he paid.
Wait, Nigerian MAGA?
I don't know.
No, they're not.
Wait, no, hold on. Make Ghana. No, wait.
Like a cancer.
Just try to tie in Ghana there somewhere. Make Ghana great again or something.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Mugga. All right. Same question for you. Oh wait, wait. Yeah. Same question for you.
Honey, I don't remember the question. I'm sorry.
How does your identity shape what you write?
Oh,
I didn't even finish all that.
Sure. Go ahead.
You should go.
Really quickly, because it's multi-layered for me. Being trans, being non-binary, being femme, being black, and having a deep voice, being around all white people when I went to high school, my last year and a half, versus when I went to high school my first 2 years, where I lived in a on base, but the school I went to was 75% black, 20% Hispanic and other brown, and the rest 5% or whatever were white. Then I moved to Atlanta, to where I moved in Atlanta, and out of my graduating class of over 1,200 students, there were only 6 black people.
Wow.
Okay. So it was a complete culture shock and change. So anyway, go on. Sorry, multi-layered is what I'm trying to say. Layered.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So how does my identity
and your environment and all that, just everything?
Oh,
that makes you like.
So my entire thesis or theme, I guess, is that despite the fact that we have all sort of subjective individual experiences, that community is still important in that.
Of course.
And so I write a lot about community. I write about the community I live in. I write about my 7-Eleven, which is kind of silly. But I'm extremely
survival.
Yeah, it is. It's necessary. No one's an island, and I truly believe that.
Right. No one is an island.
No. I mean, if you go back and, do it philosophically, you could go talk about, in the state of nature, you had to. If someone was stronger, they could beat you up and take your fruit. And if somebody was cleverer, they could trick you into giving you your fruit. So you band together so that you have a better chance to survive those kinds of attacks.
My fruit would beat the crap out of somebody if they tried to steal him from me.
Well, there you go. Good for you. I love that. Someday I want to eat your fruit. Okay. I don't know if I can say that. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't mind.
Oh, thank you, honey. But so I mean, I write what I know because it's all I know. So I just
right.
I like to try to put my personality in it. I like to believe, because this is going to be horrible, because that's like what I believe and what may be reality.
Right.
I like to believe I'm smart. I like to believe I'm funny. And I like to believe I throw that in my writing. But I want to, first of all, thank you both for these questions and including me in writing. I mean, OnyxRose has a whole novel there, book there. And you have 17,000 publications.
1,700, yeah.
1,700. Yeah, I'm very lucky to be in this group because that's not me.
I feel starstruck because I'm talking to a radio DJ.
And more. Sammy is more than a radio DJ. Like Sammy says, she's both smarter and dumber. Now, I don't know about the dumber part.
I was actually going to bring that up. After she said that, because from what I've gathered from our conversation today, I'm getting a lot more of the smarter than.
Oh my God, me too. She hides it behind the but
yeah, no. But I couldn't tell you how to start my car on some days when I.
Well, shit. Like, come on, I can't do that.
Example. I know how to do that. Like, yeah.
I think those are our senior moments.
Yeah,
our edible moments. The edible just kicked in.
The edible just kicked in. Thank you.
I'm 44, but I'm 44, but I feel very. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I'm 44, but I feel very senior.
Yeah.
I'm 53, and I feel like a little kid. Well, shit. I mean.
Yep.
No,
I'm 58, and I feel the best I've felt in a long time. I have to admit, it's just it is the new 40.
58. Yeah, there you go. 58's the new 40. Exactly.
No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
Getting old 20. Sucks.
Getting old.
That
sucks.
makes me 20.
Getting old. Yeah, getting old sucks. Like but we all got to do it. You know what I'm interested in is death, and specifically one thing. I've been reading about how when we die, we really don't notice it. It's like a DMT trip. And we automatically jump into another timeline. Now, this is stuff that we could, I love it's just, kind of so it's like we don't ever die. We just don't remember the timeline that we were in. We pop onto another one. Our time in this timeline is done, and we go to another timeline.
See, so do we restart again? I mean, because you
don't have to restart.
But then at some point you would be so old that you would just keep dying in every timeline, right?
Well, so here's the thing: like there are at least 12 dimensions butting up against each other, and at any time, like you can see like glitches in the mainframe, and this is like. You got to go with a lot of stuff. You got to do a lot of looking, and then you got to do you got to start to believe. Like I believe it. So I'm like in every conspiracy theory, there is some truth. And if you understand how the CIA and the FBI, how they all operate, is they will tell you exactly what's going on. But it's so ludicrous, you don't believe it. You know? Yeah. It's just so ludicrous you don't believe it.
Minds are small, they choose like children. Yep.
Yeah. There we go. Yes.
So Plato proved that the soul continues, right? In one of his little what are they called? Anyway, it was, I think, the Kaito, but he couldn't show that it started immortal, but it went on forever, but he couldn't show that it went past forever.
Right.
And I have an idea for me. Cosmology. I have these moments where it feels like to me like this could fit the theory cause versus coincidence, but where I've had a near life experience and I can imagine that in one way that life ended, and now all of a sudden I'm like in a new life,
or
whatever, or a new timeline. But those are just like I think looking back at that sort of life, intense life experience. I don't know. I have no freaking frame of reference for anything supernatural. So I don't know. No. That's it there. I told you I have dumb too. I have dumb stuff too.
I don't know, Sammy. I don't know.
Your quote unquote dumb moments don't sound very dumb.
No, they don't. Yeah, no, they don't.
You're very sweet. You're very sweet. You're very sweet.
My producer is telling me that our internet connection is slowing down enough that I need to wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
11:05. Yeah, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Yeah.
Well, when I say producer, I mean Mike.
Yeah, you mean Mike.
So let's go ahead and say something. Yeah, I know I like your outro, so that's definitely going to be the end of it. But what are we plugging, Samantha, before we go?
Oh, pardon me. So OnyxRose and I are going to be on Sunday night, and we're going to have Jason Hassler from Hassling the Paranormal, and he has the radio show on KXRW 99.92, 99.9 also. But he's going to be a guest, and he's going to not remember that he agreed to do this because he agreed to do it a little while ago. But we are going to question him as we're going to frame the entire show as if he is one of those allegedly mentally ill, crazy cis straight men. And we're going to ask him all about his crotch and his dating habits. And we're going to ask him all about how he knew he was straight. And
where does he use the bathroom?
How does he use the bathroom, and how safe does he feel when he's using that bathroom? Yes,
right,
exactly. So we're gonna, well, these are interesting questions too, but we really just want to know what's in his pants. I mean, come on,
right? That's it.
All
that's
about,
it.
right?
So that's it.
This is must-see TV. This is
I'm sorry,
I'll be in the comments asking him how big is it.
Yeah, please do. How do you hide it? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's so big, how do you hide it? But we're gonna, yeah, and then he'll want to talk about Hashtag the Paranormal, and we're gonna talk about what it's like to be the mythical cis straight male. So yeah, and it should be interesting. Awesome. And then we're gonna talk about what movie again?
OnyxRose. Ma Vie en Rose. Yes. My Life in Pink. My Life in Pink.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Thank you for asking, Sturg. Thank you. Yeah.
So I mean, you both know I have Tuesdays with 2 gays every week. I missed it this week because my sleep schedule was all messed up. I got it fixed today, I guess. Let's see. And I mean, I'm just gonna be here in the RV most of the time, just watching random videos. I mean, not random videos. I'm likely going to be watching Sunday because I want to see this paranormal person in
yeah.
But that's about it. And we've got to do this again at some point really soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Love to. This has been a blast. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate this. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I don't yeah, I'm with Sammy. I might be with Frederick Pogue.
Oh, wow. You got to talk with Frederick.
I think we're going to next week.
Walter Ryan was just on Tuesdays with 2 Gays last week.
Saw that. So that's what's coming up next week for me. I think we're still nailing down the details. But yeah. So
okay. Yeah, cool. That's fantastic.
All right. Oh, now my favorite part's coming up.
Wow. Okay. So thank you, first of all, everybody in the comments for joining in. Sorry we didn't get to address if anybody had stuff. I know Sturg was in there. But yeah, so the way we close it out is no trash, no transphobia, no racism, no ableism, no sexism, no homophobia, no xenophobia, no Islamophobia, no borders, reparations, land back, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, and fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Yes.
Love you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Love you.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for having thank you y'all. Jeez, I did it.
Thank you all.
Thank you all
for having me on. I really appreciate it. It was a blast.
It was so much fun, y'all. We'll have to get back and do it again.
We're doing this again.
Thank you, y'all.
All right, everybody have a good night. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!